Before puzzle games were loaded with skips, ads, and microtransactions in your face, they kind of just threw you in. No hints, no help, no advantages that you could pay for, just trial and error. Chip's challenge looked easy and simple, but it wasn't. This game made you feel smart when you beat a level, but sometimes completely stumped. The ice tiles, the moving blocks, the monsters, the teleporters that never seemed to make any sense. And at the time, there were no walkthroughs available, no guides, no YouTube. The only saving grace was the password that you got for beating a level. And believe it or not, it was my grandmother. Yeah, my grandma who introduced me to this game. She'd sit at her old family gateway PC, so focused, barely saying a word, and I'd sit beside her trying to follow along and learn how to play. And to this day, I still wonder how far she actually made it by herself. I know we never beat it, so now I'm going back to an old hidden save of mine to finish what we started and finally beat Chip's challenge. So we found Chip's challenge on our old Windows 95 PC. It was right there next to Solitaire and Minesweeper. It turns out that this game was originally made for the Atari Lynx. Years later, Microsoft went ahead and added it to their entertainment pack. And once we opened it and found it, we were hooked. Booting it up after all these years, the early levels felt pretty simple and familiar. You grabbed keys, you opened doors, you moved blocks, you avoided simple traps. It all came back pretty fast. And I thought to myself, okay, maybe this wasn't so bad. Maybe I was just a kid. These early stages were like muscle memory. You remember how to move, you remember that sound when you grab a chip, but I also remembered it was definitely going to ramp up. They really ease you into it in the first few levels, and then they start messing with you. And oh yeah, bonus hidden save here, these block pushing levels, they definitely trained me for the cave puzzles in Pokemon years later. And yes, for everyone who's asked in the comments on other videos, I've got something very special planned for Pokemon Gen 1, so stay tuned, it's coming. So I kept going. I kept cruising through the early levels, block here, key there, push, slide, teleport. And I was like, okay, I definitely have this, easy. And then, the blobs showed up. Level 23, BlobNet. A whole screen full of green blobs that just move at random. No patterns, no strategy, pure mayhem. And suddenly I remembered exactly what I had gotten myself into. And I did my best to stay off guides. I really wanted to do this the way we used to do it, but I'll be honest, I cracked at times. There were some levels that were just brutal. I'd beat one, I'd get stuck, I'd walk away, come back the next day, still stuck. And it's not just the logic, sometimes it's stamina and trial and error. Chip's challenge wears you down. Then I got to level 70. Nightmare. Fast monsters, tight corners, barely any time to move. I tried over and over and over again to beat this level, and I just couldn't do it. I hit a wall. I blamed everything from input lag, the controls, the monsters. It was unfair. Every excuse in the book. This level broke me. And I just couldn't do it. It was over. I gave up. I'm sorry, Grandma, but I just couldn't. I lost. And I failed you. Is what I would have said if I wasn't a seasoned gamer. Someone who's beaten the hoverboard levels in Battletoads. Someone that's survived the madness of Donkey Kong and the minecarts. Slayed Diablo. Anvil. Conquered the Fargo Deep Mine. Carried my team in matches of Blood Gulch. And yes, beaten every Dark Souls game. Grandma, I'm not quitting. I'm finishing this. So I kept going. I kept beating levels day after day. Even when I hit stuff like level 103, called Memory, a maze that only works if you've memorized the exact pattern. One wrong step, back to the start. But I kept going. And I need to know, did you guys have a level that almost broke you? Drop it in the comments, because I want to know. And then finally, I did it. I hit level 149, special. And honestly, it's not the hardest. But it feels like a final level. Like the game saying, okay, you finally did it. And when I hit that last exit tile, I just sat there and smiled. I did it. I finally beat the game that my grandma showed me. The one that she would quietly play, the one that I just shoulder surfed and watched her play. And in that moment, it felt like I was playing for the both of us. Some games just stick with us, not because they were flashy, not because of when and where you played them, but because you remember who you played them with. If you played Chip's Challenge back in the day, you probably had a hidden save of your own. This was mine. This is Hidden Saves. If this brought something back for you, feel free to subscribe, drop a comment, and stick around, because we're just getting started. Catch you in the next one.